maintindihan ng ating mga kausap at nakakatulong pa ito sa maayos at mabilis na pakikipag-ugnayan sa ibang tao. At ngayon ay inyong mapapakinggan ang aming mga layunin.
Ang aming unang layunin ay mapabuti at mas mapalawak ang kasanayan ng bawat individual sa pagsasalita, lalo na sa harap ng madaming tao o publiko. Ang pangalawa ay makapagbahagi ng kasanayan mula sa eksperto sa ipapakita naming video. At ang panghuli ay maituro ang tamang pagbigkas ng mga salita na ginagamit natin sa pakikipagkomunikasyon na ipapakita namin sa demo.
Aming na pina-interviewin ay ang eksperto sa communication skills na si Miss Leah Navarro. Siya ay 6 na taon na nagtuturo ng turismong asignatura sa De La Salle University, Las Marinas. Siya ay 27 ng taong gulang at nag-aral siya ng kursong BS Tourism Management sa De La Salle University, Las Marinas at nag-masters siya ng Tourism and Hospitality Management sa De La Salle College of St. Benio. Dahil dito, kaya namin siya napili dahil marami na siya napuntahang lugar at sanga-sana ang kanyang komunikasyon sa iba't ibang tao at sa iba't ibang lugar.
Well, it's being able to express one's ideas effectively in a clear manner and being able to understand what the person is talking about. So why is it important in your course? Well, number one, because without communication skills, you'll not be able to express yourself clearly. And according to a lot of employers, it's the number one skill that they are looking for. So you must be able to communicate effectively, especially if you're planning to be a flight attendant, a tour guide, or a travel agent. Our course entails a lot of customer or service-oriented people, so we must be able to communicate effectively so that the guest would be able to understand what we are about to say to them.
So there are actually a lot of tips on how to improve one's communication skills. So I would give you actually the top 5 tips. So the first one, not in random order, is that you have to be confident. So you have to make sure that you are not shy and you're able to mingle with a lot of people. So I truly believe that if someone or you are confident, then you can express yourself properly. Now, the second one is that, in my experience, you really have to talk to a lot of people. You have to deal with a lot of cultures. So, in doing so, you'll be able to understand some of their languages, especially, for example, when I went to Spain, I had the opportunity to learn their language and I was able to adapt their culture as well. So the more you are exposed to a lot of cultures, then chances are the more you'll be confident in saying whatever you want to say. And the next is you really have to read a lot, as in read a lot, whether it's textbooks, it's romance, novel, whatever theme or whatever type of book, as long as it's a book, you have to read it. And you have to absorb everything, not just in the mind, but also by heart. And the next is you have to listen actively. So I truly believe that hearing and listening, these two are really different. So you have to listen actively because when someone is talking, your tendency is just, okay, I understand what he or she is saying. But if I'm gonna ask you again, really, can you paraphrase it and you can say anything, then that means you are not listening actively. So my tip is at least paraphrase what the person is saying so that there will be a two-way communication. Spanish, for example, I would say corazon. So if you're Filipino, you would say corazon, as in there's the letter Z. But in Spanish, it should be said as corazon. So it's like TH. Okay? Another example, if you're Filipino, you would probably say hola because it's H-O-L-A. But in Spanish, it should be pronounced as hola. So that's all. Thank you. Maria Medal.